Muy buenas a todos, señores, señoritas, animales y lo que haya por allá, que estamos en otro vídeo de Genshin Impact. Y señores, la exploración de Liyu la hemos hecho ya. Por cierto, tengo dos logros y este es uno de dos encargos diarios. Hay que completar estos dos que leéis ahí. Y nos dan 5 protogemas. Y el otro logro es... derrota a 4 enemigos utilizando reacciones de sobrecarga. Bueno, felicidades, ya está. Vale, la exploración en Liyu ya está, sí. Pero ya sabíais... os lo comenté que solamente me faltaba revisar el tema de los enemigos a derrotar. Que cuando los derrotas, pues aparece un cofre también. Así que solo me faltan 5 cofres. Que, bueno, los enemigos los derroté, pero no sé si hay que derrotarlos otra vez. La cuestión es que vamos a coger esos 5 cofres y vamos ya a continuar con las misiones de Arconte, ¿vale? Hay que volverlo a derrotar. Es el acorazado este. Vale, esto los derroto primero. Voy a lanzar esto. A ver, cerdo, que odio a este enemigo, tío, muy pesado. Vale, derrotado. Venga, pues uno menos. Perfecto, se acabó. Vale, estamos en el mar de nubes. Esto forma parte de mar de nubes, según pone abajo a la derecha. Esto ya es de... esto de aquí, de la llanura Bishu, quiero pensar. Ojalá, la verdad. Voy a ir a por ese que está ahí. Solo quedan 4. Así que rápidamente hoy... yo creo que hoy vamos a acabar una de las misiones de Arconte. Liyu está ya rematado, Liyu está rematado, así que... soy feliz, porque pronto yo creo que iremos ya hasta la siguiente región. Y a día de hoy todavía no ha salido Sumeru, por lo tanto... no me va a dar tiempo a traer Sumeru en el momento en el que salga. Me dará rabia, pero he hecho lo que he podido. Y el avance ha sido bueno igualmente. Y además seguiré trayendo... o sea, hay algo de Sumeru que a lo mejor sí que traigo, porque quiero traerlo. No quiero decir nada de momento. Vale, aquí, este cofre, hay que romper esto. ¿Veis? Curioso, la verdad, curioso. Mira, 92% en la llanura Bishui, perfecto. Ahora voy a intentar... ir a por esos 3 desde aquí. Hostia, 92%, perfecto, tío. Vale, entonces ahora vamos a bajar desde aquí hasta llegar a los 3 que faltan. Y después teníamos que entregar los perfumes que hicimos para... el Arconte, bueno, para la estatua del Arconte Geo. Vale, por cierto, aquí hay un cofre. Ah, vale. Uf, cuidado. Aquí hay que derrotar a estos slimes dentro. Y ya está. Así que un cofre menos. Y a ver aquí qué hay. Vale, voy a intentar derrotar a este pintamonas. Y voy a escalar, porque a lo mejor llego antes, no tengo ni idea, pero se supone que está por aquí el tema. Vale, aquí tenemos la campanita de cristal, toda bonita. Vale, y ahora sí, ya hemos llegado, perfecto, joder. Qué bien, a ver. ¿Qué? ¿Dónde coño es? Ah, ¿abajo? No. Tío. Se supone que aquí hay que derrotar a slimes. Pero yo el cofre no lo cogí. ¿Y dónde coño están los...? Ah, míralos. Claro, no los veía, tío. No salían. Puñeteros cerdos. Venga, coño, cerdos. Venga, va, que morís. Vale, y ahí está el otro cofre. Y solamente falta uno. Perfecto, señores, llevamos 4 minutos. Y de verdad que hoy nos va a dar tiempo prácticamente en todo el vídeo a hacer avances en la historia. O sea que vamos a... seguramente vamos a superarlo hoy, tío. A ver, cerdo, ven aquí. Vale, un cofre más. Y ya está. El último que me faltaba. Y esto forma parte de Minling, que sigo teniendo un 91%, pero bueno, ya está. Lo importante ya se ha hecho. Ahora pues nada, vamos a continuar. Teníamos que entregar esas flores, bueno, los perfumes y... Vale. Pues... Hola, Zhongli, aquí estoy. A ver qué pasa.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not one less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies.
Bueno, estamos ofreciendo los perfumes Tejedora de los Valles.
This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it.
Anhelo del destino.
The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that?
Parece que a Rex Lapis le gusta.
That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Qiqi can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
¿Qué estarán tramando las 7 estrellas Inóvil?
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
De acuerdo.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why has he gotta be so secretive this time?
Muy misterioso. Bueno, fragancia rituales completado. El mundo es una tetera, es la siguiente. Pero encima nos han dado un logro. Averigua cuál es el perfume preferido de Rex Lapis. Perfecto, pues ahí lo tenemos. Ahora el objetivo es hablar con Madame Ping, que lo tenemos justamente ahí. Pues sin miedo, vamos hacia allí y ya está, oye, señores. Sin miedo, joder. ¿Quién te conoce, miedo? Vale, entonces hay que meterse por aquí. Hay que llegar arriba. Señores, el otro día estuve probando a ver cómo se hacía un streaming en una cuenta anónima. Y la verdad es que lo he conseguido hacer. No es difícil, streamear, la verdad. No es difícil, por lo tanto... Obviamente aún no tengo una webcam ni nada, pero... A ver, Madame Pink.
All things must change.
¿Le ocurre algo?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Qiqi made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free. This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
¿Podría prestarnos la campana purificadora?
Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. He saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
Soy un buscador de objetos perdidos certificado por los caballeros de Favonius.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
All right, children.
Algo tan
There is
extraño,
no
lo dices
need
tú,
to
Pai.
worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Vale.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work?
Sus llaves están ahí dentro. Todas sus posesiones son una campana. Paimon, métete la tetera, a ver qué hay.
What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there. And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Se ha enfadado. Pobrecita.
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it.
Vale. Pues habrá que mirar, ¿no? Uf, a ver qué conseguimos. Nos vamos a otro mundo. Nos vamos, señores. Deseadme suerte. Si muero, os quería. Hostia, qué guapo, ¿no?
Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while.
No sé si esto da algún cofre.
You children, please help an old lady clean up.
No. Vale, entonces, bueno, no sé si habrá algún cofre, de hecho, detrás de alguna caja o algo. Pero bueno, vamos a continuar. Activar. Tú activas, sin miedo. Y ya que estamos aquí dentro...
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Se ha caído. Venga. A comer. Desbloquear corrientes de viento. Perfecto. A mí me suena que algún cofre oculto sí que había. Pero... hay que ir por allí. Venimos de ahí, creo. Por lo tanto... hay algo rojo en el suelo, pero yo creo que no es
You
nada.
know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an adeptus?
No creo, Paimon, por Dios. ¿Pero qué cojones? Casi me caigo ahí.
I'm more and more convinced that she's an adeptus.
¿Qué dices, Paimon?
But don't they all live in Julian Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
No digas tonterías, Paimon. Joder. Sabemos que dices muchas, pero procura estar un minuto sin decir. Vale, aquí. Concentración. Bien. Vale. Que no, cerdos. Vale, voy a intentar explotar todo esto, por si acaso, básicamente. Vale, voy a intentar reventar. Aunque sea estos dos de momento. Hay que aprovechar que somos muy fuertes y ellos muy flojos. Vale, con esto se desbloquea eso. Voy a intentar acabar con la araña. Aquí sí que me suena que hay un cofre por ahí detrás, ¿eh? Vamos a mirar. Porque literal me suena mucho. Mientras activo esto, a mí me suena que por aquí detrás en algún sitio había un cofre. Si no es aquí, es ahí. Voy a mirar ahí ahora. Pues a lo mejor me estoy columpiando. A lo mejor me estoy columpiando, pero yo creo que no. Yo creo que no me estoy columpiando. ¿Veis? Ahí hay un cofre. Yo lo sabía, ¿eh? Yo sabía que a mí me sonaba esto. A ver, aquello que explote, por si acaso. Bueno, no ha servido de nada, pero bueno, hemos cogido el cofre que os he dicho. Corrientes de viento, va.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too.
Sí.
Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Tienes razón, Paimon. Vale, hay que meterse por aquí. Vale, con cuidado vamos a mirar alrededor. Aunque yo creo que aquí no hay nada, la verdad. No hay nada, efectivamente, creo que no. Bueno, campana purificadora.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet.
Sí, ¿has visto?
Now, let me see.
Se ha salido sola la conversación solo.
Come on out now, children.
Bueno, lo que hemos conseguido es esto, por si alguien lo quiere leer. Y ahora pues nos vamos. Ni cofre ni hostias de regalo. Perfecto. Lamentable. A ver.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
¿Es usted un adeptus?
An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
¿Y si su amigo no le devuelve la campana?
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Gracias, señora. Sí, señor. Otro logro. El mundo en una tetera. Vale, hay que colocar el perfume y la campana purificadora en sus lugares. Pero primero el logro. Limpia la tetera. Pues limpia está. Gracias, somos buenos sirvientes. Y ahí leéis, por si lo queréis leer. Y el objetivo está justamente ahí. O sea, no está lejos, la verdad. Está por ahí el tema. Voy a coger flores de seda, voy a aprovechar. Lirios de cristal también. Hay que aprovechar que en toda esta zona hay muchos lirios de cristal, flores de seda. Y bueno, no sé realmente el uso que tenían. Pero coño, si están aquí, me los llevo. Bueno, vamos a ver, ¿Qué pasa, Zhongli? Guapetón.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Venga, sin miedo. A ver qué pasa, a ver qué pasa. Pongamos el perfume que preparamos en su interior. ¿Conoces a Madame Pink?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
Qué bonito.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites. Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
De acuerdo.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Curious. Very curious. Bueno, el mundo en una tetera superadísimo. Ahora el objetivo es el mercado. Vale, pues voy a comprar las cometas. Y eso lo tenemos justamente ahí. No hay miedo, señores, no hay miedo. Esta misión de Arconte la vamos a terminar hoy, 100%. Y empezaremos la siguiente, que será la última ya de Liyu. Vale, pues ahí está. Otra anciana, abuela Shan. Uy.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Bueno, entiende la ropa, de productos cotidianos, de joyas, de porcelana, de todo. Es un dios.
Favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Paimon, no hables de eso, digas tonterías.
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo Archon once...
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Es verdad, el pago.
Well, allow me.
Ahí está, Nobile, o Nobil, o como se quiera llamar.
Hey, it's Child.
Child, bueno. ¿Acaso acordaron verse aquí?
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you...
No queremos. Venga, vamos.
Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Sospechoso. A ver, encuentra a 3 trabajadores. Bueno, gran saco de moras, que eso lo podemos ver aquí. Tenemos 50.000. Y ahora el objetivo es encuentra a 3 trabajadores, que eso pues está en estos sitios. Pues rápidamente. Aquí tenemos al primero. ¡Pum!
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Oh, valiente aventureros. ¿Podrías traerme 5 cristalópteros?
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
Hay que regatear, aquí hay que regatear,
A
señores.
most fair price.
¿Podrías hacernos una rebaja? Voy a poner 10.000.
5 geo crystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth
Toma.
about this much. I'll do it.
Oye, pues nada mal, ¿eh? La rebaja. Sí, señor, joder. A ver, siguiente. Vale, ahí arriba tenemos al siguiente, vale. ¡Pam! ¡Pum, pam!
A full day of
Perfecto,
odd
oye.
jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole
Ni hablar, tenemos que regatear. Vale. 20.000.
Hey, that's a good price.
Vale.
Anyone would work for this much, Mora.
Nada mal, oye. Vale, entonces el siguiente no está tan lejos. Está justamente aquí. ¿Dónde coño está? El puto cerdo. Nada, tendré que hacer una transición porque ya se me ha perdido el otro. A ver. Vale, aquí está. ¡Pim! Capullín. Cerdín.
Oh, help? Sure.
I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
Necesitamos 50 ramas de árbol y 20 leños.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip.
Done.
Que no.
This is all you got? No,
puedes ir a ver a Nova y la Child si quieres.
Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now and get me a single Chinxin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow. How does that sound?
Guess we've got no choice.
Bueno, pues la flor Chin te la metes por el Chin, amigo.
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are pretty rare, and I have no idea where I'd find them. With this Chinxin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
Vale. Bien, habla con Child. El objetivo es hablar con él, sin misterio, como siempre, que lo tenemos justamente allí. Así que desde aquí llegaremos antes. Aquí está. Hola.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
Ni hablar.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
¿Qué más podrían querer los Fatui?
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Dejémoslo ahí, Child. Dejémoslo
Next,
ahí.
we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Sí, será lo mejor.
Paimon definitely
Uy.
felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Vale, pues nos han dado un logro que vamos a revisar de inmediato. No escatimes en moras para que otros terminen tu trabajo. Vale, gracias, un besito. Ahora el objetivo es ir a la farmacia Bubu, que está pues allí. Ya llegaremos. No está lejos realmente. Y cuidado porque ahora se avecina un momento increíble, ¿eh? Esto sí que es tremendo. Está ahí arriba, que también venden cositas. Creo que ya estuvimos una vez. Llevamos 33 minutos. Esta misión de Arconte es larguita, ¿eh? La verdad es que sí. Bueno, ya hemos llegado. Cuidado.
The reception is deserted. And it seems kind of spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Sin miedo, encuentra el origen del sonido. Uy, pues nada, nos acercamos.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Mira quién habla.
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Qiqi. Once
Qiqi.
upon a time, Qiqi died. Then, Qiqi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Qiqi is a zombie.
No sabía que había zombies en las tierras del Arconte.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Qiqi can get your medicine, but only if you show Qiqi your prescription. These
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself.
Bueno.
My dear Qiqi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then,
How did you manage that?
but Qiqi helps you. You help Qiqi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Yo creo que nos está tomando el
I
pelo.
don't believe so. The Guizhong Ballista, at least, I have heard of before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Qinheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Qinheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptibeast.
Did you want to add anything else?
No, just that the cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptibeast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
¿Algo más que no sepas?
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a cocoa goat?
Pues no lo sé, habrá que ver. Encuentra la balista Guizhong. Bueno, ese es el objetivo, que se encuentra justamente ahí. ¿Algo que decirnos? No. Bueno, pues vamos para allí y punto. Desde aquí a lo mejor llegamos. Ya subimos ahí, obviamente. Y creo que ahí nos dejamos cofres pendientes. No estoy seguro de eso, pero ahora lo veremos. De hecho, desde aquí se ve cómo brilla eso. Bueno, llevamos 38 minutos. Esta misión es larguita, ¿eh? Allí los cofres ya sí que los quité de encima, pero aquí yo juraría que no. Vale, inspecciona la balista. Sí, sí. Hola. Sin miedo, juego.
It's huge. Paimon can totally believe it took an adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was first built. As I recall,
Vale, muy bien.
there is a military
¿Veis cofres?
supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass.
Vale.
If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Venga, pues hay que reunir material. Reúne los materiales del almacén de suministros militares.
Where's that supply post? Here, post.
Pues aquí, ¿dónde va a estar, Paimon?
Give it a spring cleaning.
Primero voy a intentar coger todo esto. Y hemos cogido. Y esto es para abrir la puerta. Y ya está. Y que yo sepa, aquí ya no hay nada más. Vale, tenemos el material de reparación. Bueno, tenemos varias cositas. Que lo pone... Podéis leer ahí si queréis. Y ahora con esto podremos reparar la balista. Uy, a ver qué pasa.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is
Vamos a
done.
ver.
The Guizhong ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Ooh. Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over
Vale.
here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey, just what do you think you're doing?
Tenemos visita.
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area is supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it? The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding.
Díselo, Fongli, díselo. A ver quién manda aquí, pringaos. A ver quién cojones manda aquí. Parásitos. Venga, uno menos. Otro menos. Otro menos. Nada, al final con Shanlin abusamos de fuerza, tío. Bueno, ese se ha caído, el gilipichis. Como odio cuando se caen, tío. Eso es lo que más odio de este lugar. A ver. Bueno, voy a intentar lanzar esto. Y yo sé que tienen ganas de sentirlo. El otro que se ha caído. Qué asco das. Como odio los que se caen. Míralo, el gilipollas este. Vale, ahora habrá que volver a subir. Pero haré una transición en el vídeo de esta misión. Es patético, tío. El tonto de turno me obliga a bajar. Es patético, tío. Da mucho asco esta misión. Este momento de la misión da mucho asco. Y punto. Nada más, va, coño, aguante. Vamos a intentar subir por lo menos hasta aquí. Venga, joder. A ver, parásito. Venga, vamos arriba. Tienen ganas de sentir mi maquinaria. Vamos a intentar tener cuidado, porque si no se vuelven a caer los gilipollas. Venga, coño. Venga, a comer suelo.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Bien
Troubling
dicho.
ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Qiqi.
Oh, yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our coca goat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, A contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Qiqi put it.
Which means...
¿Vinimos aquí para nada?
Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a cocoa goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and...
Sí, hicimos lo que pudimos, no lo sufras. De acuerdo, hay que regresar. Ese es el objetivo, que obviamente lo tenemos allí. Así que vamos para allí, sin miedo. Uy. No sé qué ha pasado ahí. Un poco raro. Sospechosamente sospechoso. Vale, entonces... Qiqi, yo le llamo Qiqi. Siempre le he llamado Qiqi. Ni siquiera sabía que se pronunciaba Qiqi, ni me acordaba. Así que se va a quedar Qiqi y punto, no hay problema. Se entiende igual. Yo leo 2 Qs y solo se me ocurre pronunciar Qiqi. Hola, Qiqi, Qiqi, Qiqi.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the cocoa goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Aw, poor Qiqi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
¿Para qué necesitas esa coco cabra?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and... So how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Qiqi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
Ay, la leche de coco proviene de los cocoteros.
Him.
Seems Qiqi took this pretty hard.
Necesita tiempo para procesar. Bueno.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Qiqi.
Might I ask who...
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Qiqi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Qiqi. The snake is speaking!
Ya nada me sorprende en Liyu.
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Qiqi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last! Things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Mejor asaltamos la Casa Dorada.
Too bad the Qixing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
Qué sincero.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
20 minutos después. 20, ¿eh? Ni 19 ni 21.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Qiqi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Qiqi. Anything you want. Thank you, Child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 more.
That's like 0 difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Qiqi, see you soon.
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope. What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? If not the Exuvia. I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Bueno. ¿Qué estará tramando ese cerdo? Vale, a ver, primero el logro. Solo primero. No encontraste la cococabra, pero reparaste una reliquia antigua. Gracias. Bien. Bueno, el objetivo es colocar el incienso eterno en su lugar. Que eso lo tenemos, pues, allí. Bueno, a ver si da tiempo ya a terminar esto. A ver, Qiqi. Vale, me alegro por ti. A ver, Baifu.
Odd exchange we've had. Well, I look forward to your payment.
Sí, no te
That sound
preocupes.
is the laughter of a man who's found new people to fleece.
Vale, ¿algo más? ¿Algo nuevo?
What an odd exchange we've had.
Vale, no.
That sound is the laughter.
Dice lo mismo. De acuerdo, pues fuera. Vamos a ir para allí. A ver si da tiempo hoy a terminar. Aunque a lo mejor... Bueno, desde aquí podré llegar, ¿no? A lo mejor tendría que haber seguido el camino aquel. Bueno, da igual. Vamos para arriba. Espero que hoy me dé tiempo a superar esta misión de Arconte. La verdad, me gustaría, ¿eh? No os voy a engañar. Me gustaría superar esta misión de Arconte, pero, joder, era más larga de lo que yo recordaba. Vale, primero vamos a intentar subir por aquí. Sin miedo. Correcto. Bien. Y cogemos lirios de cristal. Y ya está, oye. Bueno, pues... hemos llegado. Zhongli.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense.
Venga, sí.
Finally.
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
Vaya viaje más raro.
Odd.
No sé si he experimentado lo que es la riqueza.
Which is it, I wonder?
Bueno,
The
no dice
questions
nada, vale.
that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, to treat you to a meal.
¿El señor Zhongli invitando a algo?
Ah, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the Mora this time. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole-in-the-wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Qué bien. Cerca del puerto. Ah, tiene que ser una pasada ese sitio. Vale. Pues cuidado. Otro logro. Reunión. Hay que esperar a la hora, que lo vamos a hacer ahora. Pero haz todos los preparativos. Vale, ya tenemos hecho todos los preparativos. Ahora simplemente hay que esperar hasta las 18. Por lo tanto, adelantamos la hora. No queda tanto. Hasta las 18 aquí mismo. Y... ¡catapum! Perfecto. Vale, dirígete a la taberna Los Tres Cuencos. Ese es el objetivo, lo podéis leer. Lo tenemos justo ahí. Bueno, a ver qué pasa aquí. Vale, ahí está Zhongli ya, esperándonos. Siéntate con Zhongli. Venga. Sin miedo, siéntate. Buah, qué bonito, qué bonito. Vamos a ver qué comemos.
You're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice.
Entonces por fin me invitará a
I
beber algo.
ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
Debí
If
esperarlo.
it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's Jade Chamber.
Hey, there's even a storyteller here! Great atmosphere!
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide.
Había alguien ahí, Bueno.
They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her three closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted three to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping one or two of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the rite of dissension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Paimon, corre!
Wait, I am not with the Millelith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing.
My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yua High Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
¿Una emisaria?
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Bueno.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jiayun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full. But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Bueno, cuidado. Que nos han invitado, ¿eh? Se acabó. Misión completada. Qué bonito.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just... What, we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
Paimon, ¿estás tramando algo otra vez?
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Lo haremos.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Bien. Bueno, esto a partir del rango de aventura 28. Interesante. Vale, entonces ya tendremos que hacer eso. No nos queda otra. Nos obligan. Bueno, pues ya está, señores. Señores, hemos superado esta misión de Arconte. Una auténtica locura de misión. Qué pedazo de recompensas tan bonitas. Además tenemos aquí no sé, ¿dónde era? ¿No salía algo? Bueno, da igual. Logro, a ver. Adiós, amo perfeccionado. Completa adiós, amo perfeccionado. Completadísimo, qué locura. Pues ya está, señores. Ahora sí, lo que pasa es que a ver qué ha salido aquí. Vale, el rango 28. Los asuntos del Ministerio de Asuntos Civiles. Vale, pues esto ya lo haremos en el siguiente vídeo, que está pues ahí. Hay 2 misiones, han salido 2 misiones, Bueno, pues eso ya será en el siguiente vídeo, ¿de acuerdo? Y pronto habrá que ascender ya de rango de aventura. Es que estamos obligados ya. No queda otra. Así que yo de momento pues me despido. Creo que ya solo queda quitar esto. Y ya está, no me enrollo más. Disfrutad de vuestros días, pero recordad sobre todo de vuestras noches. Hasta la próxima.